Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to online session. I am Dr. Selima Sultana, Associate Professor of Pharmacology and Therapeutics at Din Women's Medical College, Mogbazar, Dhaka. Today my topic of discussion is anticoagulants. At first, we should know what is anticoagulant. Anticoagulants are the drugs or agents which are used for prevention of coagulation of blood and thereby maintain the fluidity of blood, such as heparin, dextran sulfate, etc. We may also define anticoagulants as drugs which are used to modify the cascade either when there is a defect in coagulation or when there is unwanted coagulation. Now, what are the anticoagulants? Anticoagulants are heparin, dextran sulfate, dicumarole, warfarin, EDTA, citrates, oxalates, fluorides of sodium ion, potassium ion and ammonium ion. Now we should know about natural anticoagulants. What are the natural anticoagulants? Natural anticoagulants are heparin, antithrombin 3, prostacyclin, nitric oxide, thrombomodulin, protein C and S, tissue plasminogen activator, urokinase plasminogen activator, alpha-1 antitrypsin, alpha-2 macroglobulin and alpha-2 antiplasmin. Now the classification of anticoagulant drugs. Anticoagulant drugs can be classified as anticoagulant acting in both vivo and vitro are heparin and dextran sulfate. They are used parenterally, direct action, rapid onset of action and short duration of action. And anticoagulants acting in vitro are dicumarole and warfarin. They are used orally, indirect acting, slow onset of action and long duration of action. Now the anticoagulants acting in vitro are heparin, dextran sulfate, EDTA, citrates, oxalates and fluorides of sodium ion, potassium ion and ammonium ion. They are used for biochemical and laboratory process. Number 1, by removing calcium ion, EDTA, that is ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, citrates, oxalates and fluorides of sodium ion and potassium ion and ammonium ion. By preventing action on fibrinogen on thrombin, heparin, dextran sulfate. Now I will discuss about heparin. Source of heparin is mast cell and basophil, and the synthetic source is beef lung and pig intestinal mucosa. Chemistry of heparin is it is negatively charged heterogeneous mixture of mucopolysaccharide, acidic in nature and composed of glucosamine and glucuronic acid. Now the administration and dose of heparin. Heparin is given IV or subcutaneous, not orally, because it is destroyed by amylase enzyme, not IM, because it can cause formation of hematoma or at the site of injection. Dose is slow, continuous dose or infusion or intermittent dose 4 to 6 hourly, and the duration of action is 2 to 3 hours. Now the indications of heparin. Heparin is indicated for deep vein thrombosis, pulmonary embolism, unstable angina, myocardial infarction, transient ischemic attack, osteoporosis, prosthetic heart valve, disseminated intravascular coagulation. Now the contraindications of heparin are hypersensitivity reaction, hemophilia, purpura, thrombocytopenia, severe hypertension, intracranial hemorrhage within 3 weeks, before and after surgery, pregnancy, warfarin is contraindicated, and liver disease and renal impairment. Now the adverse effects of heparin are bleeding, hypersensitivity, alopecia, allergy, osteoporosis, heparin induced thrombocytopenia, hyperkalemia. Now the mechanism of action of heparin. Heparin binds tightly to antithrombin 3. It causes conformational change in antithrombin 3 molecule. These changes exposes active site of the molecule of antithrombin 3 for rapid interaction with the serine proteases, that is clotting factor 2, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Thus, heparin potentiates the action of antithrombin 3 molecule by 1000 times and causes inactivation of serine proteases. So, clotting factors 2, 9, 10, 11 and 12 are inactivated and ultimately anticoagulation occurs. As a result, in vivo, there is inhibition of formation of prothrombin activator by inactivation of clotting factors. Number 2 is inhibition of conversion of prothrombin to thrombin. And number 3 is inhibition of conversion of fibrinogen to fibrin in vitro only. Antidote of heparin is protamine sulfate and toluidine blue. Now, what is low molecular weight heparin? Low molecular weight heparin are enoxaparin, dalteparin, etc. Their molecular weight is 2000 to 8000 Dalton and they are produced by gel filtration chromatography and enzymatic or chemical degradation of standard heparin. What are the advantages of low molecular weight heparin over standard heparin? They have more bioavailability, long duration of action due to longer elimination half-life, frequency of administration less, once or twice daily, less bleeding tendency, do not prolong the activated partial thromboplastin time, no need of monitoring because they had little effect on prothrombin time, no need for blood test and dose adjustment. Patient can take it at home because it is given subcutaneously and less bleeding tendency. Now, the difference between heparin and dicumarol or warfarin. Now, at first, the source of heparin. Source of heparin is animal source, mast cell basophil and beef, lung and pig intestinal mucosa. The source of warfarin is plant source, that is sweet clove. The chemistry of heparin is mucopolysaccharide and warfarin is coumarin derivatives. The site of action of heparin both in vivo and vitro and the warfarin in vivo only. Source route of administration is IV or subcutaneous in case of heparin and oral in case of warfarin. Onset of action is rapid in case of heparin within 5 to 10 minutes and in case of warfarin it is delayed within 1 to 2 days. The duration of action of heparin is short within 2 to 3 hours and duration of action of warfarin is long 3 to 5 days. The mode of action of heparin is direct and the mode of action of warfarin is indirect. Monitoring. Monitoring of heparin is coagulation time and activated partial thromboplastin time and the monitoring of warfarin is prothrombin time. Hypersensitivity reaction occurs in heparin but does not occur in warfarin. Antidote of heparin is protamine sulfate or toluidine blue, but in case of warfarin it is fresh blood and vitamin K. Transplacental distribution does not occur in heparin but occurs in warfarin. Teratogenic effect is absent in case of heparin but present in case of warfarin. Drug interaction is uncommon in case of heparin but more common in case of warfarin. Now, the warfarin or dicumarol, that is vitamin K antagonist. Warfarin or dicumarol is vitamin K antagonist. Its chemistry is bis-hydroxycoumarin or coumarin derivatives. Source is sweet clove, half-life around 36 hours, indirect action and more drug interaction, acts only in vivo. Now, the mechanism of action of warfarin or dicumarol. Dicumarol has a structural similarity with vitamin K, so it competitively interferes with the cycle, vitamin K cycle, by blocking the enzyme vitamin K epoxide reductase, which reduces vitamin K epoxide to active vitamin K in the liver cells. Vitamin K dependent gamma carboxylation of glutamic acid residues in clotting factors 2, 7, 9 and 10 are inhibited, leading to formation of biologically inactive coagulation factors and anticoagulation. Now monitoring. Their effect is monitored by measuring the INR. Bleeding is monitored by prothrombin time. Now the adverse effects of heparin are bleeding, teratogenesis, birth defect causes abnormal bone formation. Others are cutaneous necrosis, frank infarction of fatty tissue, breast, intestine and extremities. Hepatotoxicity is uncommon. Now the fibrinolytic drugs. Fibrinolytic drugs are streptokinase, urokinase, altiplase, retiplase, tenecteplase, anistiplase. Most are infused. Retiplase can be given as a bolus injection. Fibrinolytic drugs rapidly lyse thrombi by catalyzing the formation of the serine protease plasmin from its precursor zymogen or plasminogen. The mechanism of action is plasminogen from liver, plasminogen activator from vascular endothelial cells, digest fibrin and causes formation of fibrin degradation product. Various agents promotes the formation of plasmin from its precursor plasminogen. For example, streptokinase and tissue plasminogen activators such as altiplase, retiplase, etc. In plasma, there is antiplasmin which causes neutralization. Now, streptokinase, it is a protein extracted from cultures of streptococci but not an enzyme in itself. It activates plasminogen by catalyzing the formation of inactive plasminogen to active plasmin. It is given IV, it reduces mortality in acute MI and this beneficial effect is additive with aspirin. Its action is blocked by antibodies which appear 4 days after or more after the initial dose. Its use should not be repeated after this time has elapsed. Now, the indications of streptokinase, the main use is in acute MI with ST segment elevation on the ECG within 12 hours of onset. Other uses are acute thrombotic stroke within 3 hours of onset, acute arterial thromboembolism, deep vein thrombosis, pulmonary embolism. Now, urokinase is a human enzyme synthesized by the kidney. It directly converts plasminogen to active plasmin. Others are TPA, that is altiplase, retiplase, etc. Retiplase is another recombinant TPA from which several amino acid sequences have been deleted. Retiplase is less expensive to produce than TPA because it lacks the major fibrin binding domain, so it is less fibrin selective than TPA. It has a longer elimination half-life and for allowing for bolus administration and making for simplicity of administration. It is available as clinical use in MI. Indications of fibrinolytic drugs are the main use is in acute MI, acute thrombotic or hemorrhagic stroke, severe deep vein thrombosis or pulmonary embolism, acute arterial thromboembolism, peripheral vascular disease. Contraindications of fibrinolytic drugs are active internal bleeding, hemorrhagic cerebrovascular disease, bleeding diathesis, pregnancy, uncontrolled hypertension, invasive procedures in which hemostasis is important, recent trauma or major surgery, active peptic ulcer disease and liver disease. And the adverse effects of fibrinolytic drugs are bleeding, the main hazard of all fibrinolytic drugs, GIT bleeding, hemorrhagic stroke, allergic reaction, low grade fever, hypotension. Now the difference between streptokinase, altiplase and urokinase. Streptokinase is highly antigenic. Hypersensitivity reaction occurs because it is obtained from beta hemolytic streptococcus group A. Hypotension occurs because sudden fall of blood pressure, because streptokinase causes a burst of plasmin formation generating kinase and also causes bleeding and low grade fever. Altiplase has no antigenicity, no allergic reaction, less fall of blood pressure, more fibrin selective. Urokinase has no antigenicity and not fibrin selective. These are all about today's discussion. See you in the next session. Allah Hafiz.